Okay. Yeah, mosquitoes up there put skidoo suits on. This is basically a 5-second exposure gain at 40 out of 160. And I want to eventually tweak and go change filters one at a time, and then capture an image. Uh, so I'll be able to compare images. Let me go with a little bit longer exposure. Let me stop the averaging. Stop the averaging. And I'm going to go to video mode, and I'm going to go to 8 seconds. And loop. Loop, and then enable. And then let me do the magic of Control-Alt-Delete. And then I have to go to details. There's MallinCam Sky. Set affinity. None. 3. Okay. Okay. I'm noticing I have a little bit of vignetting. Let me see where the histogram is. Let's see, histogram. Histogram I have, let me push it to 35 to 150 and see what happens. I do have a little bit of vignetting. So let me change that. Ow! Actually, it's 8 seconds now. I just changed to 8. And I gotta change that yet. So this is histo. (35-150). Okay, and exposure is now 8 seconds. And I am recording another video. Exposure 8 seconds. Okay, I don't have a filter wheel. So I'm going to have to slide the camera out, and hopefully focus doesn't change drastically. And I'm going to try to go down memory lane with filters. I have my original Daystar 300 nebula filter. This was the first filter that was ever made for light pollution. It came out probably in the early 80s. So this filter is 30-something years, almost 40 years old. And it's starting to show a little bit of age. Then I have a deep sky filter from Lumicon Premium. I have a Lumicon Oxygen 3 filter. Don't know if that's going to be of any benefit. I have an Orion Sky Glow imaging filter. And I have the Baader L-Booster UHCS filter. So, let me capture an image. Snap. And there is the snap with the no filter. Yeah, so I won't be doing a lot of targets tonight, and I know Rusty's on tonight. Rusty's going to be doing some ARP galaxies, and I really would have liked to have joined him, but I can't do both at the same time. So I'm not going to stop the recording because I forgot to stop the recording the other night. Okay. Let me get this ancient filter out. So let me mark where it has to go so I can put everything back in the same orientation. That's what I did the other night. I really got to turn the fan on so I can blow some of these stupid mosquitoes out of here. But then it's hard for y'all to hear with the fan blowing. Piece of tape there, and let me mark where okay. Okay. Now let me see what happens when I try to put the Daystar 300 filter in. Okay. Let me hope focus is halfway close. Okay. So let me stop. Boy, did that make a big difference. Okay. Let me go back to the default histogram. Default. I have no idea what that was. So let me put the name of the filter in now, and I'm going to put it in a different color. So this is no, Jeff, I went back to the old software. I think I found out the problem. I think the problem is memory management with the 10. It's something. It's crazy. I was doing solar today, and I'd moved the scope, and it would be like a 5-second delay. So I think there may be an issue with the software. Let me see. This is a Daystar 300 nebula filter, and I got this back in like 1982. vintage. So let me try going to a bright star nearby, because obviously
telescope slew into target. Telescope slew complete.
okay, there's the star I want. It doesn't quite look. Let me change the exposure. I got to get this to mosquitoes. Yeah, we got the B-52s again tonight, Jeff. Oh God, son of a gun. They are really. I thought they were bad last night. They are even worse tonight. Let me get to the center. It looks like I'm going to have to focus on this star every time I change filters. Okay. Back up a hair. Turn off the crosshairs. And let's put on the Bachanov mask. Son of a gun. Figures. Okay, let's see. Let me zap the gain. Stop. Push the gain to max. Start the loop. And let me focus. Probably can go to. I can stop the loop. I could probably go to shorter exposure and loop 1 second. Let's see, which way do I gotta go? Out? Yep. Too much. I think I'm bottomed out with my focuser. What the heck? Come on. Focus has got a lot of Come on. Yeah, it looks good. Okay. Mask off. Mask off. Okay. Okay, light off. Back to the dumbbell.
Telescope slewing to target.
Okay.
Telescope slew complete.
Okay, so let's go back to stop the loop. Let me go back to 40 gain. Where was it? 40? Okay, so 40 gain. And then I'm going to go back. Let me try a trigger mode. Let's go to, oh, let's go 15 seconds and see what happens. Loop, 15 seconds. Stop. Stop. Let me try to center this better. I'm going to stop the loop. I'm going to go down to 1 second again. Loop, and let me put the crosshairs up and move to the right. Let's see what 15 seconds does now. See if I got it in the right spot. 12, 13, 14, 15. There it is. Okay, that's 15 seconds. So let me change the exposure, erase exposure, and everything else should be the same. Now let me do some average stacking. Okay, average stacking. And let me put the histogram . 25 to 150 maybe. Let's see. Let's see, histo 25 to 150. Bump, bump, bump. H-I-S-T-O. Okay. So let's go back. This was the image with no filter. And this is the image with the Daystar 300 filter in. Like I said, it's probably about a 36-year-old filter. This was the very first light pollution filter invented. Actually, it doesn't look bad. I remember when they talked about this in Sky and Tel way back when, and I got one. I used to use it with my 20 Nagler in the 17.5 when it was manual, all push to, no setting circles, whatever, and it did work quite well. If you hold it up to the light, you can see that the coatings it's starting to degrade, but it still appears to work quite well. Let me zoom in a little. It's 100% zoom. So I'm going to capture an image of that. So number two is with the Daystar filter. So let me erase. And number one is no filter. No filter, and then the Daystar 300. My dog project is getting closer thanks to Jeff. Jeff was able to get me to set up a hotspot so I can remotely control the 17.5 from this computer in the observatory, mounting that little Minix box on the mirror box. And I can control the camera also using the Minix box. What needs to be determined is how well the little Celeron processor in the Minix box will support all of this. If it doesn't, I may have to look at a different mini PC to ride on the mirror box. But it's getting closer. Okay, so now I am going to change to a different filter, and we'll let you look at this image while I change. I'll be back shortly. Again, that's the live view. That is the view with no filter. And that is the view with the Daystar 300 vintage filter. Okay, next filter. Next filter up's going to be the Deep Sky filter for nebulas and galaxies by Lumicon. Again, it's an 1980s vintage filter. Okay. Daystar filter out. This is a much thicker filter cell, so I'm probably going to have to go back and play with focus again. So, back to live. Let me stop the stack. Look, that's pretty close to focus. Son of a gun. I'm going to leave it like that. Let me start the stacking. As far as filters, this is, let me see, Lumicon Deep Sky Filter. Deep Sky Filter. Yeah. Premium grade. You could, back then you used to be able to pay more and buy a filter that had more stringent control than the off-the-shelf ones, and I got a premium filter. Oh, I can't spell sky, can I? Lumicon Deep Sky Filter. All the other parameters stayed the same. Let's see. Yeah, the exposure is still 15 seconds. The histogram is, maybe I can push the histogram to 35. I'm going to push the histogram to 35. So let me, my STO 35-150. Okay. Library. I took this dark Thursday a week ago. And for this one, I did not refocus, but let me zoom into 100%. Looks pretty darn good to me, and it actually shows more of the red color with this filter. What else? I didn't change any of the color adjustments. It's still, everything else is default. Hue, saturation, brightness, contrast, gamma is all default. And I'm still at 50% sharpness. Oh, wait, am I? Yeah, I'm still at 50% sharpness. Okay. You're getting a lot of detail right through the core. Up through here. Seeing that little wedge of light through there. I like it when I don't have to refocus. Did I take a picture of this? Let me take a snapshot. Snapshot. I got some sort of glow to the left. I don't know what's causing that. Yeah, the triple star is right dead center right now. That's the one he always looks at, right there. I don't know what's causing this little glow over here. Ow! Oh, man, right on my back. But if you zoom in, to 100%, you don't really see that. C17. Okay, you lost me, Jeff. Yes, I did cover, I got black electrical tape covering all of the screw holes again. Oh, okay. Believe me, they're vicious. I thought it was bad up at Rocks when I was there a few years ago. It's pretty bad tonight. Well, this is very interesting. I'm going to leave this image up with the Lumicon Deep Sky filter while I go and change to something else. Let's see what happens. I gotta write down what's what too. Let me get a notepad. One no filter. 002 was the Daystar 300. 003 was the Lumicon Deep Sky. Okay, now we'll go into filter number 4. Okay, let me pull this out. I'll look at the pops in a second. Yeah. Now, that one. Lumicon 03 filter. This may not be the right filter for this, but we'll see what it does. Okay, let's go live. Okay, hi Bob and Nino. Let's see, now live. Let me stop at a stack. Let me erase what filter this is. And then put in what we're going to be using now. Boy, that didn't work. That didn't look good. Let's... Didn't like that. That filter may not be good anymore. Let's see. Hit the defaults. Ow, man. Bugs. Ow. Yeah, that filter may have degraded over time. Stop. Eight seconds in loop. Let's see what that does. Yeah, there may be an issue with that filter. Yeah, that filter is no good. So we'll stop that one for now. We'll go back to look at the Lumicon Deep Sky while I change filters. And I'll put this one off to the side. Yeah, when I look look at it with the light, you can see that the coatings have really degraded on this filter. That's probably what we saw. This one's going to be retired. Okay. Orion Sky Glow Imaging Filter. Okay. Okay. Let's see what this looks like. Boy, it looks like I have to refocus. Oh, maybe not. Let me put the name up. Okay. And let me go back to the 15 seconds and see if stop. 15 loop. Back to 15 seconds. What else? $15 and go back to stacking. In the histogram, I got to move that down to 150. Boy. Ew. Internal reflection from something. What is causing that? What is causing that glow? That's not looking very good. Let me see if I'm getting near the shutter. Maybe the shutter is getting in the way. Oh, that's what it is. Hopefully that'll clear it up. Let's see. Yeah, we were looking at the dome. So why did it not clear up? Oh, it did. Okay. So this is what, how long is this exposure? This is 15 seconds. Okay, histogram is now what? Let me lower the histogram to 150. Histogram is 5 to 150. Ow. Okay, let's see, erase. Histo 5 to 150. And let's see. Histo 5-150. Okay. Focus is a little bit off. I guess I should have refocused, but I didn't. So 4 is the let me see that the triple star. Yeah, it's a soft focus. So let me go back to that bright star again.
Telescope slewing to target.
Okay, I went
Telescope slew complete.
back to a bright star nearby. Stop. Boop. Yeah, most definitely. I guess I could do a, I am going to do a white balance now. Oh, wait. How about going to live? Yeah, buddy. I was looking at the, I was looking at the capture and not at the live. It's 10-inch VRC-10 from Rock. Richie Creation. I'm using the Universe Focal Reducer. VRC. Okay, so now let me sync on that star.
Telescope synced.
Okay, now let me put the focus mask back on. Lower the periscope a little bit. It's too high to easily reach to put the mask on. Okay. What the heck? If I was only a little bit taller. No. No. Let's see. Okay. Push the gain to max. Stop the loop. Gain to max. Zoom in. It's not far off. Come on. How come the focus is not changing? Son of a gun. I don't see. How about hitting loop? Okay. Ah. Better. That's it. Okay. That's off. Okay. Let's go back to the dumbbell.
Telescope slewing to target. Telescope slew complete.
Yeah, it's pretty gog too. Let me go back to 15 seconds. Loop. Let's see what happens with 15 seconds, and I'm going to do a white balance. And let me close that screen and see what happens in 15 seconds. Come on, coffee, kick in. Pow! Now that's nice. That is real nice. Let me raise the black point to 20. All right. 20, and then let me do some average stacking. Feel average stacking. Okay. So I'm doing average stacking. Exposures 15 seconds. Histogram is what? 20 to 150. Let me change that. Histo. Histo 20 to 150. Average stack 5. Okay. That is got some nice color to it. Let me zoom into 100. You can even see a little faint extensions out there, and even a faint little shell out here with like an inner, a little bit brighter area right in here. This filter is almost probably a couple of years. This is currently available from Orion. They sell it in 2-inch format and 1¼ inch format. I have both, but it's called Sky Glow Imaging Filter, Astro Imaging Filter, Pollution Filter. Imaging filter, pollution filter. But it does work very well. Yes, it is. So I gotta throw away image 4. 4 was, I think, before I focused. Let me see. Image 4 was this. Yeah, so let me. Okay, so let's go back to the live and let me save it. So snap. So that's image 4 with the. That is very nice. It really is. So Sky Glow imaging filter for number 4. Image number 5. Okay. Let me write that down. I really like this. Hope I don't get our rocks bad side. I have one more filter to try. It's the Baader, what is it? Baader L-Booster UHCS filter, visual and photographic. So that will be the next one up. So let me leave image 5 up, and I'm going to go change filters again. Okay, Baader, put this in a case that you need special instructions on how to open it. This is crazy. That's ridiculous. Unbelievable, Baader. You almost have to destroy the box to get the filter out of it. Oh, and this Orion filter is made in Korea. Okay. Okay. Finally figured out how to open the magic box. Okay. Okay, let's see. Let's go live. Zoom out. And let's stop the stacking. Much darker. Let's see. Let me go back to 0 to 150 on the histogram. Wow. Okay. Let me do a white balance. White balance. Yes, it does. So let me erase this. And this is what, the Baader L-Booster. B-A-A-D-E-R-L. UHC-S filter. Okay. Okay, so let me raise the black a little bit. Five. Let's focus. Let me go back to the magic star.
Telescope slewing to target. Telescope slew complete.
And I'm going to stop. You know, I had the last one at 160% gain. I was at max gain. Son of a gun. That last image was done at 160 max gain. I didn't catch that. But it did look good. Let's see how it's focused. It's off just a hair. Just probably, maybe it may not be worth dealing with that. That was too much. No. Okay. There it is. Back to. Okay. Back to the star, back to the dumbbell.
Telescope slewing to target. Telescope slew complete.
Let's see, stop. Let's see where it is in the field. Let's see what happens. This is, oh, hitting the dome again. Let me, yep. Okay. Hitting the shutter. Let's see what the next exposure does. Hopefully the red disappears. Yes, it did. Okay, this is definitely a, yeah, let me do another white balance. Now let me do a average stack. And the gain is going to be, gain is 160 out of 160. It said max gain. Yeah, they marked that. me zoom into the 100%. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Yeah, you can see the lobe on the left is a little bit more pronounced. So let me capture an image, snap. So that's with the Baader L-Booster. That's image 6. UHCS. Pretty nice. So that's the UHCS. Let me get the list over here. So let's start down. The number 1 is no filter. Number 2 was my 35-plus-year-old Daystar 300. Don't know what the S is for. I'll have to do some research. Three was the Daystar Lumicon Deep Sky that had this little glow. 5 was the winner, and as far as everybody says, that is the Orion Sky Glow imaging filter. And 6 is currently the Baader L-Booster. Let me try a little bit longer exposure with the L-Booster. I'm going to stop this. Let me go to 20 seconds and loop. And stop the, so I stop the stack. Let me go back to live. 20 seconds. And now let me go to the average stack. This is the Baader L-Booster at 20 seconds. Let me change that exposure bump. Exposure 20 second. It's not as sharp or crisp. I don't know if the focus shifted. Yeah, the stars are not as move the histogram to 10. Yeah, I'm starting to see that little extended nebulosity off of the kind of grows up here. And here there's a piece that comes up. There's the brighter inner parts over here. So there's multiple levels. Interesting. I wonder how well this will all work on a galaxy.
Telescope synced.
Or do y'all have another target you'd like me to try these on? What's the number for the Helix? Let me search Helix. Helix. Oh wait, I'm typing in the wrong spot. Helix. What? Why will it not type there? Helix. Search. More object. Object is 7293. Action menu. Interactive atlas. Boom. Boom. It's only 23 degrees up right now, but we will see. Slew to and center at cursor.
Telescope slewing to target.
Okay, up periscope.
Telescope slew complete.
Okay. Okay, so let's go back to live. And let's stop the stacking. Well, there's the Helix. Now let's bring it up. Okay, let's see. I gotta bring. Okay, this is. Okay, so I gotta change the exposure. So I'm stopping the 20-second exposure. I gotta loop about a 2-second. And I gotta go up. Wrong way. East and west is now flipped. Okay, so let me go back to the long exposure and see what happens. Okay, let's see how close I am to being centered.